Hello there, it's Sarah from Paper Lovely. Thanks for joining me today. Here I'm going to be working with another die set from Uchi's Design. This is their animation slider circle set. So I'm just going to show you quickly what comes in that. There is the circle to cut out your window, and then also there's a frame, kind of a flower pattern frame that you can put around that window, and then it comes with a slider element and some stars and hearts to go with it. So I have started out here by cutting a piece of paper down to 5.5 by 12. I'm going to score that at 1 inch and then at 6.5 inches. And I'm just going to use my bone folder to smooth those out there. So now that our card base is made, we need to again find the center. If you watched my previous animation video, you'll recall this step, but there's one additional thing you need to do first. I'm measuring an inch up, and this is going to leave room for the slider. So you want to measure an inch up from the score line and then create your X to find the center for your window. And here I'm going to place the circle that goes along with that frame right in the center. And then coming down from the center to bring my middle measurement into that inch between the score line and the penciled in line, I'm going to find my middle so I can place the slider die and cut that channel at the same time. While I'm at it, I'm then going to go ahead and cut out the frame that's going to go around my window. And I did want to mention I'm using the same paper that I used in the previous video. This is called Hello Sunshine by Pink Paisley. Now using my MISTI, I'm going to line up my stamp in the center of my window. And I'm using the lines on the stamp, and I am lining those up with the grid on my MISTI from top to bottom to make sure that I've got this stamp nice and straight. Because the background of my paper is white, I'm not going to need to create any type of panel to go inside the card. I'm just going to use the back of the paper that I folded over. And again, I'm going to stamp this 3 or 4 times to get a nice dark crisp line that's going to allow the animation to show up better in your window. Now, much like a slider card, which is basically what this is, I'm going to create a channel for this transparency grid to run in. And I have trimmed the transparency sheet down to 4 by 5 inches. So I'm using Scotch foam tape. I used the full 1/2 inch width at the top and then cut another piece in half, and I am using the smooth side towards the transparency, so I'll have a nice clean channel there. And I'm just double checking to make sure that the cut I made on the transparency will move smoothly and works with the animation. Now that I see everything is working fine with the animation, I'm going to add, again, this is just a single layer of this foam tape to create the element that you can hold on to slide this within the window. And just to help that out a little bit, I'm going to run my EK Powder Success tool around the edges of this to make sure that I don't have anything sticky hanging out there. Next, I'm going to attach the frame to go around my window. Here I'm trimming out a piece of the yellow colored paper, and I'm going to create a fishtail edge on either end of that, and that's going to be the base of my slider. I'm going to remove the backing and stick that on top of the little piece of foam tape there. And then I wanted to show you that this kit does include dies to cut out some hearts and star shapes that you can use as your elements to use to slide that transparency back and forth. They were slightly too large for the size card that I did, so if you decide that you want to use those, I'd suggest making your card a little bit longer. Here I had some chipboard elements that I had gotten in a Gossamer Blue kit, and I thought this little pink heart worked perfectly. So I'm attaching that here with a glue dot. Then I'm going to lift up that front panel and I'll remove the foam tape backing, and then I'm going to slowly slide this top panel down and attach it from the top as I go. When I get down to the bottom, I'm going to fold that flap over the transparency and then finish placing that down onto the foam tape. And this is going to give me a nice smooth channel to move that transparency back and forth in. Here I've slowed the video down to real time so you can check out that action. Close-ups and a full list of supplies can be found at my blog post linked in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a comment or a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.